Yeah, we got 5 minutes.
Voted mills, budget girls. You got, I guess, you go with what the ballot language says. Most of the time when we put on there, it says up to 2 mills, or up to blah, 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 blah. And then it's always been after that, we've always just assessed the 2 mills until last year. I'm not real crystal clear who gets to decide up to, like we did last year, we cut it back. Whether it belongs to the search and rescue, the people that run these voted mill levies, it's not real crystal clear who gets to decide to cut or go down, up or down with thing. So that's number one. It's always been my philosophy that agencies or departments should run their own budget. So that's why I've always called them in and make sure that they do it. Last year we did, I guess we call it almost a shame game, because if they didn't cut their mills, they got a whole bunch of money, more money than normal, and significantly more. So they all justified taking a cut last year on the mill levy because property taxes went sky high. So now we're into the other piece of it. So as we go, I still am a firm believer that these guys that got voted mills have a big say what they can get. So not that they get it, but they got a big say in it, and we can have the argument, right? I guess is what I put it.
Yeah.
So just a little brief history on these voted mills. And believe me, you're gonna hear a lot about them in this legislative session. That's one of the 2 pieces of it are in the governor's task force, property tax task force, is to deal with voted mills. Why it tells their business, I don't know if people want to have them, but anyway, put them in dollar amounts instead of mills. Or you put them at 15, 10, 4, 20. Gonna limit them, which we do anyway, or lately to stop them that every 10 years you got to revote on them. And then so voted mills are a little bit of a concern.
Okay,
You ready?
I guess we can go now.
Alright, we'll get them together, but on this paper, what I'm just showing my voted mill people, on the front page, in highlighted over the left-hand side there where our appropriations is. We've got, right now, as we sit today, we got $12,753,000 appropriated to spend. That's 388. Whoops, I didn't give you one, did I?
Is there another one there?
One more.
Thank you.
Amber's.
I've heard you talk about it.
Okay, so that's 388,000 more than the year before. So that means we're at 3.04% increase in Beaverhead County's budget. Second page is last year's, where you want to compare the numbers. Okay, the next page is where we go to it on the weed department. I've been doing this to all of these. As you go down there, she is typically gets 4.5 meals. 2.5 are voted, 2 are given from the county. That's what we've always operated on that. About 4 years ago, when the mill levy started dropping down, that's where you see we cut her to 4.38. That did not cut her revenue, it just cut the meals. Last year, there was a drastic change, and it went all the way down to 3.59 mills on that part, and still brought in property tax revenue. That column right there still brought in 126,000, which is 12,000 more than the year before. So it's how this magic works. So what we're doing is the new mill levy of 36,585 times last year's mills will bring in $130,000 if you leave it the same, as compared to the 126 last year. Over there where I said maximum, I'm telling all the voted people that unless you're really good argument, we are not going over 6%. So this is where your decision is. But the maximum that I think we should allow anybody to make revenue is that, which turns into 134,000 or 3.66 mills, which is just very little. So, and on your budget, Amber, I showed you that thing. It's pretty, you've got it on there anyway. That'll give you that much money. So what I've been asking the department heads is tell me if you want if you want to leave it the same, if you want to cut it down, you can cut it down as low as you want, but 130, maximum of 134, where you sort of want to live at. If you want more than that, we need to know. So we can tell you basically, we'll have the argument, that's what we're looking at. And that's 6% increase in revenue. Property tax revenue. Not your, everybody's coming in later now. Search and rescue. There's the last page, if you guys want to look, is the same thing that Chuck just did that. We went through this whole scenario with him. He got 48,006 last year. He said, let's just leave the mill levy the same at the 138. So he'll relatively bring in 50,000 for, which is roughly the same as the county one. It should be that 3% increase in revenue. County health, that is such a cluster over there that it's tough to explain that they got so much Uncle Joe money and stuff, but still, we kept them back to 1.5 mils, but with the little Lily's first day on the job there, so we're proposing to put that back to 2.5, still only half of it. Weed, Amber's gonna see what she wants to do. The library on the last page. I'll have to get older. Susan. Because they're the one in the animal shelter, always ones that are really wanting a lot of money, but 6% increase gives them about $7,000 more than the previous year. And the animal shelter will be the same way. Those are just the numbers. Limit the revenue going out, and all due respect for taxpayers. I guess if the county budget can hold it at 3%. So Amber just needs to talk to me and you guys. Everybody else that got the outside agencies, the library, animal shelter, them guys might have to go talk to their board, but I still want the answer this week.
I will have something worked out.
You go add them up and
Yep.
sort of, there's your range of what we need to shoot for if you can. I'll try to get, maybe I'll call Susan Briggs and see where she's at.
She's that's what I saw her. Really? Did I do? too, I just, go with that Sydney deal.
Was she?
Well, I'm not sure, there's no people around there, but I looked through and I thought to myself, that looks like Susan. Oh, funeral. But, you know, I mean, there's a fair amount of people around.
And then when these agencies decide what they're gonna do, they sign and date them.
Okay.
So they will be the same. Lilia, whoops, is the one we circled, I guess better make it, we're gonna put 2.5 meals on that one.
Okay.
Amber will get hers. Any other questions on budgets? We're really close. As soon as I get all these done here, relatively done. You've got the ad in the paper. We're gonna have a public hearing that morning. Adopt the budget that afternoon, right after Labor.
Anything else?
God willing, and the creek don't rise.
I doubt the people around.
Nothing else?
I
I guess.
need, actually we'll print more, because I need one for library and I need one for the animal farm.
Is that your original?
Yeah.
Here, I'll give you this one back.
You don't want that? You
I
don't
have,
want it?
I have the copies you did.
Oh, I gave you a
Yeah,
copy, sorry,
yeah.
it wasn't wrong.
You don't know.
Whatever.
You got a question?
You already glassed
Yeah, I
up one?
do. So I just kind of came in a little bit late. So with the moving and the furniture, is that coming out of my budget then, or, and same thing like with Randy?
Yeah, we put some in the general fund under the courthouse CIP to pay for a little bit of this movie.
So it's not specifically my budget, but I have to, okay.
Randy wants to sell hers. You can't sell it to yourself, which is all Beaverhead County, so if you're gonna steal her stuff,
We don't need it.
Right, and I mean, if it's going to work, I'll have 360 come in, because Amber just said that she's probably gonna take all of her stuff with her. So I'll probably have 360 come in and kind of do a layout figure and see if we can work that in that a design, because I want to work it out long-term, so it's one and done type of deal.
Well, I guess the question there would be, is the way my office is set up, the way you would want it?
No,
Okay, so that answers that, because if that was an option, it could stay and we could do that over there.
He could read that over
But-
there.
So if not, then I will take that,
I understand.
fit it, and
Yeah,
you guys fit
Makes
that.
sense, yeah.
yeah.
But you got that door.
Well,
Your
right
entrance-
now, my thought on that right now is that door is not gonna be a public door.
That's true.
It's gonna be,
It still has to be more.
it's still gonna be
It might as
accessible
well be a
for,
wall
right, we would block it, but it's not gonna be a public door for the public to access, because everything's still gonna run through this office here.
Yeah.
But if it ever comes to it where these two offices have to be split out, we don't wanna have to reconfigure this office all over again. So I wanna figure it out right now where it can be a separate office if it needs to be. Yeah, so if we can work some of her furniture into that, that would be great. If not, we might have to look, like I said, I'd have to have 360 come in and do some figurations for us and see what we can do.
Okay.
So, but my comment with Randy's furniture is that is from St. John's, and St. John's is no longer in business. So, yeah, before we get rid of it, see if we can use it,
now.
Yeah.
It has no get rid of value.
so.
Used furniture is 10 days old, it's worth nothing.
But this company's out of business too, so,
You got Amber, you'll have to go over and measure whatever, and figure out how it flows over there too.
We'll make it work. One by one.
I just didn't know if it came out of my budget, or if there was something else
There
for
is,
that, okay.
there is talk, I don't know, it's just
Okay.
talk, I heard, that senior center, you know, that is down
Mhm.
that way. There's talk of the picking bar, and then making a deal in there to put the rack over there. But whether they get it done or not, I don't know. Picking bar's involved, picking bar's livestock office, and then there's another office in there. And there's that talk going on. I don't know what picking bar's will do, he might move up to the house, they used to have the house, so you could get something done. They had one in the house for years, but Jimmy, he's getting older, he's not down there quite as much as he used to be, and Dave's not there. There was a Dave office and a Jimmy office.
You got something, Dave? You got something? Any other questions, comments? You satisfied?
Two more budget, or I guess we're gonna call Susan and see if she can, when she can come in. 'Cause that's the biggest one. And I thought it'd be easier just to do them all together, but it does not matter whenever she can come in, except tomorrow afternoon.
That's what I was gonna ask you, is when you were here this week that I could have
Not
a
tomorrow
little bit of
afternoon.
time. Okay. Wednesday, anytime.
And, yeah, even that sheet you got, circle it, put your number down, date it, cite it, and you can give it back to you if you don't see me.
Is your stuff 360? Your furnishings? That stuff in your
I
office?
think so.
It's St. John's.
Is it?
That,
Oh,
that,
it is.
So our
No, it-
office, your
No.
office, Jamie's office,
okay.
or Katie's office, no,
That, that's
and the finance office, that's all St. John's
what I'm
panels. Yep.
saying, Amber, is that them salesmen, they do that stuff for nothing. They probably have to print what you have and walk right over there with you and tell you if it's gonna work. They've done it enough with measuring and all that.
And-
They could help you a bunch.
Part of your panels
That's
too
what them salesmen.
are
do.
in the extension office,
Yeah, that one board, I don't know that we would use it.
right, but also that overhead.
Oh, right.
Because we were talking about if you were taking your stuff with you, we would take that because you can still use that as a panel on the wall.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's part of your stuff that goes, yeah.
Yeah, because we didn't want to get rid of that wall that I took out.
Yeah.
We didn't want to get rid of it for just this case of what if,
But if you,
so.
I mean, estimates are, cost nothing. And they'd be grateful, they'd go over there with you. Doesn't cost a thing to ask.
All right. Thank you, guys.
You ladies, we won't talk about Dave.
All y'all.
We get it. All y'all.
All y'all. That sounds so old. Jason.
Oh.